Happy New Year, YouTube. Checking in from Fort Knox Corsos, here to bring you a raw feeding video. I start off with my muscle meats. I pretty much stretch my ground beef with a lot of round sirloin, beef steak. I don't eat meat, so all the meat I buy is for my dogs. I got 2 Corsos here with me, the puppies. They're 8-month-old. They're pretty used to raw feeding. You see Freya, she's all up my butt. Whenever she smells the food come out, she gets right up behind me. Odin here usually go wait in the kennel because he knows he'll get it quicker. Here I got drumsticks. I'll usually this is my go-to. Drumsticks are real cheap right now, but I'll have leg quarters, chicken thighs. Here is some goat meat, goat chunks that I get from the international store. Everything that I give except for the muscle meat is going to be frozen solid. Here's fish, some frozen scad. I try to use smaller fish to avoid the mercury. Sometimes I'll sprinkle some sort of anchovies or something on there. This is a chicken neck. I'll use chicken necks or turkey necks, depending on what the prices are looking like. Here are chicken hearts. I usually have like 3 or 4. I just didn't grab a bunch out at this time. I just wanted to show them. So got one chicken heart, and I got a cut of beef heart. I'll grab one big beef heart and I'll cut it up. I'll try and mix the fat and the meat along each other. Typically for dogs and feeding purposes, beef heart is not considered an organ meat. That's chicken gizzards, and in that muscle meat I actually have some beef liver as well. I probably didn't identify that when I was choosing it out. This is my secret weapon. I got this from another breeder. This is sauerkraut. Very acidic, helps the dogs, and it provides some of those microbes, since I do not feed my dogs kibble. If I do feed them kibble, I was feeding them, I know Freya likes it, I'll go over to Blue Buffalo, and I always top it off with plain yogurt. I usually do 2 or 3 scoops. This is a night feeding. I didn't feed them too much this morning, so they're super anxious. And here I'm doing 4 eggs. I put milk. Obviously, you don't utilize any type of seasonings, no salt and peppers or whatnot, but sometimes I'll put eggs on if they're having some sort of problem with consuming some of their food. I really didn't have any problems as far as my feeding goes, but I just wanted to show this in the video. They'll really run through. Eggs is like a delicacy for them. But this is a finished plate. Everything that I put in there. Every once in a while, if I don't have a whole fish, I'll put fish oil in the morning, and then I'll have coconut oil for the night. It's just really good for their coats. As you see there, their coats are really shiny, and if you feel them, they're super soft. Odin, he always goes to the fish first, takes it down in about 2 or 3 bites. And just because I have eggs in there, he tries to bypass the chicken and the goat. They'll try and go after the eggs. Freya eats much slower than Odin. He's a big swallower. It's another reason I like to give a lot of my foods to them frozen, because it causes them to chew. Since they're not hunting down their prey and consuming that whole body and having to exercise their jaws out, I find that freezing their meat is causing them to eat a little longer and exercise a little bit more, just giving them something extra to do. Typically a bowl like this, if I was to show the video straight through, they'll get through it in about 6 or 7 minutes. Freya probably a little longer, probably 8 or 9, because she loves to chew her food down to the very tippity top. But Odin, he's a swallower. He'll take 2 or 3 bites, and then he'll try and swallow everything whole. I did not put a bowel movement video on this one, but these are pretty big dogs. At 8 months, Freya is weighing in about 86 pounds. Odin is at like 106. And when I'm taking them out to the dog park, you'll see like some of the larger dogs and even some of the smaller dogs, their bowel movements are huge. Looks like a horse just went to go take a shit or something, but for them, their bowel movements are very small, and it's going to be dusty. Like probably 2 or 3 days later, if you come and you was to step in that, and that bowel movement is just going to turn into powder. So nothing much comes out there, especially at their age. Everything that they're putting in their body, they're utilizing it. So I exercise them a lot. They're doing a lot of running. They're doing a lot of playing. Coats are really shiny. Breath smells fine. Teeth are clean. They clean their teeth because they're doing a lot of chewing. Not just with what I feed them, the frozen meats, but also the treats that I give them throughout the day. I don't give them any rawhide, but I utilize a lot of kangaroo, leg bones, and ostrich. If I give them anything else, they'll probably consume it a little too quick. I try and get bones that are very compact and hard and sturdy, because they are heavy chewers. They go through bones. They won't stop until it's pretty much gone or scattered all over my floor. But he will clean his cage. There will be no crumbs left. When he's done, that bowl is going to get flipped over and licked till it's done. And he will finish before her. She leaves her goat for last as she tries to chew through it and make her way. But if anybody is interested in raw feeding, there are lots of books that you can read. I actually got into it from watching some of this other Cane Corso video. I think it's a huge Corso. It weighs about 160 pounds. And his name is Bruce Wayne. I can't remember the name of the channel, but I'll make sure I drop a link in the description. But ever since I switched over to raw feeding, I just like the way that their coats are, and it's just better for the health concerns, their bowel movements. It can be a little difficult in the beginning because I used to measure and weigh everything according to all of the how much they weighed according to the book, but now I just pay attention to their bowel movements. I see if their stools are too loose or too firm or whatever. I know what I need to add and what I need to take away. But just a nice video for anyone that may be interested. Anyone has questions, feel free to leave a comment below. And signing off until next time, Fort Knox Corsos, the right to bear dogs.